Hello, everyone, and I'm here to speak to you about why you should choose GCSE PE. Okay, fantastic course, and for those of you that love learning about the body and like a bit of practical PE as well, this is the perfect course for you. It's not only based in the classroom, it's based outside of the classroom as well. In front of you, you can see the title, and just behind me, you can see the exam board EdXL. Just there, you can see the book as well. If or when I should say, you choose our course, that book is really useful to buy and supports your learning. Okay. Why should you choose GCSE PE? Well, there's many reasons why. There's the career option, there's your interest option. Just a few that I've noted down here. You might want to become a personal trainer or sports coach. You're thinking about physiotherapy or becoming a PE teacher like me, in terms of career. You want to keep yourself fit and healthy and active in life. This is really interesting. Which I also link to find the human body fascinating. That's a really interesting topic. More and more now, we're learning, the general public are learning more and more about their body and what keeps them fit and healthy. This will give you the insider knowledge as to why it is so important to exercise, why it's so important to have a healthy diet. And actually, this is a real life skill. You can go on and educate your family, your children in years to come, and your friends as well as to why they should keep fit and healthy. And that's because you understand the body. You understand what a good diet does for your body. You understand what good training and exercise does for your body. Okay, from the cardiovascular system to the respiratory system to the digestive system to the muscular system to the skeletal system. Um, Also, when we talk about personal training, you learn how to train smart, not just train harder. So you understand the knowledge of training smart. So specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time-based goals. You can then help plan sessions. You might go into the personal trainer or sports coach sort of career, or even for yourself. So you train smart. What are the benefits of choosing GCSE PE? Well, it's an interesting challenge in learning experience. We introduce key sporting ideas and show how these interact with practical performance. You'll get insights into the relationship they have with each other. So that's really interesting. You get to see how the theory links with the practical, okay? And what training and sessions help the body perform better. You learn the development of transferable skills, including decision making, psychological understanding of people, a really interesting part of the GCSE course. You learn about the psychology of sport and what makes us better performers, not in terms of just training, but in terms of our mindset, what we think and how we think, and how our brain, how we can manipulate our brain to motivate ourselves to perform at the highest level or the best level we can. Independent thinking, problem solving, analytical skills, and thinking, acting under pressure. Um, this course opens up a range of possibilities in terms of career and further study as well, which we'll look into. Um, so the specification itself, so what the course is made up of, 60% is theory, is 2 exams, and these are a wide range of questions from multiple choice to single mark questions, short answer questions, and longer answer questions. Then 30% of it is practical, and 10% is coursework. And that takes the form of a personalized exercise plan. Okay, so you'll do that outside of the exam, and you'll get those marks before you sit the exam, which really helps us understand how many marks you need to get in the exam. If we add the 30% practical performance, the 10% coursework, that gives us a real guide of what you need to do in the exam when you sit it. We'll look at each one of those in a little bit more detail. So the practical performance, we're permitted to form in two categories, individual and team. So individual sports and team sports. So if you're a team sports person, great. If you're an individual sports person, great. And then you'll know in the physical education curriculum at St. Benedict's, we teach activities there that you will have learned over the years, and we assess those activities too to help support your GCSE mark. One team, 1 mark should be team and team activity. 1 mark will come from an individual activity, and the final activity will be a free choice. Okay, so 75 marks available, 25 marks per activity, and that is 30% overall. Okay, now what do those practical performances look like? You've got individual activities, and you can see down the side there, you've got anything from boxing to badminton to dance to golf to rock climbing to snowboarding to swimming to athletics. On the team side, you've got anything from football to basketball to dance to handball to rowing to rugby to squash to table tennis and so on. Okay, now my advice here would be you don't just pick up an activity and learn it in 2 years to get the best possible grade. Perhaps you're already doing one of these in school, you've learned it in school, or you're doing one of these outside of school and you can bring it to the GCSE course and then achieve those really good grades, which will help you achieve those good grades overall. Theory-wise, I mentioned there are 2 exams. One part of the theory is looking at fitness and body systems. So here we look at anatomy and physiology of the body, the cardiovascular system, that's the heart, the respiratory system, that's the lungs, the muscular system, the skeletal system, energy systems, how eating the right foods provides energy and what energy system supplies the body for different activities. We also look at movement analysis, so the different types of movement, anatomical terms that we would use to describe how the human body moves. Physical training, so SMART targets, components of fitness, skill-related fitness there as well. Component 2, we look a little bit more at the health, fitness and well-being. So how sport and exercise can have an impact on society. And we look at sports psychology. So like I said before, the mind and how we can get into a mindset where we can motivate ourselves to perform better. Social cultural influences. So in the local area that you live, what influences you to take part in sports that you take part in? If you think about where I grew up, maybe I grew up in a place called Ross-on-Wye, which has lots of woods and forestry, and I really got into mountain biking alongside football. And that was because I had it on my doorstep. But somebody that might live in the inner cities, because there are more sport tools around, basketball might be an option for them. Okay, so that's what we look at in the theory. The coursework, I mentioned this. This is a little bit like putting yourself in the shoes of a personal trainer. You are going to plan a training program, analyze someone's fitness and plan a training program. You're going to complete it. You might do it for yourself, so you will improve your own fitness by doing the GCSE PE course. And then you're going to evaluate it. And this is going to be based around one of your 3 sports that you choose. So your aim might be to improve your cardiovascular endurance so you are able to play longer in a netball match or a rugby match. Okay, and then if you're able to have more energy in the latter parts of a rugby, netball, football match, you are then going to be able to perform those skills at a better standard. Okay, make less mistakes. So finally, where can the GCSE take me? Well, it's not only an excellent base for sports science in terms of anatomy and psychology and social cultural influences for going on to things like the BTEC level 3 or A level, but for those fascinated by the human mind, you could carry on with psychology. That could be an option. This course is set you up nicely for that because one of the topics you'll study is sports psychology. For those that want to look at the human race, you study sociology in this course, and sociology could be something you go on to study, and this again will set you up for that. It'll give you a good base. Also, an excellent additional qualification for those undertaking the sciences with the intention to move through into medicine or physiotherapy type routes. This again is an excellent base to go onto those courses after. Beyond the BTEC and level 3 or the A level, so beyond, or personal training if you choose to go that way, beyond those courses, you can go on to university degrees, sports science, sports management, healthcare, exercise and health, physical education, and you will look at things like the human body, biology, physics, psychology, nutrition. Really interesting area at the minute, nutrition. Lots of people putting a lot of work into that. You've only got to see Joe Wicks and his cookery books, all based off being active and being healthy and eating the right things to give you energy to perform. Sociology, teacher training, you might go into the PE teacher route, all really transferable skills that you could do any number of pathways after this particular course.